Well, howdy, 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 from a place called Mentone, Alabama. Actually, I didn't expect this. So, first off, thank you very much to Sherry. You saw her at the end of the last video. Sherry and Jim ended up staying there a few days at their place, and he's a good cook. Got fed. We had early Thanksgiving, and they dropped me off here in Mentone. It's a pretty cute little place. Looks like a little, they've made it into a little tourist spot here. Huh. And I think I'm going to be crossing into Georgia today. Hope it's not going to rain. One thing that's interesting is when you're going through these little towns, you don't know what to expect, but this Mentone place is actually it's a touristy kind of place where people come to look at the leaves when they're changing. And then also back in days past, it used to be a place that was famous for its healing waters. They had a lot of mineral springs around here. And there's also a state park around here. And I also talked to somebody here, and she said, and I didn't think about this, but they're basically right in the middle between people going from Atlanta to Nashville and vice versa, and real close to Chattanooga. And then also this year they've been getting quite a few more people, tourist kind of people coming through, because instead of going to Western North Carolina to see the leaves and stuff, they've come over here this year. So a little Mentone, Alabama. It's going to be basically my last little town before hitting Georgia. How about that? And like I said, Georgia's just right up here. About 2 hours, and we'll be crossing over. So here we go. I just turned off that road there. It's surprisingly busy and noisy for a little two-lane road. But I guess because of all the tourist activity going on right now. What's interesting is there's all these camps along here. Like there's summer camps. That's what that lady told me also when I was passing through Mentone, is not only did they have the springs around here, but she says there's also a bunch of camps. It's also interesting too, and I still feel it a little bit as I'm getting closer to the Georgia line, is that when I woke up this morning, kind of had like this little tinge of dread that the walk is coming to an end here. We've got less than a couple months to go. I think 700-ish miles, something like that. And I guess it's my brain kind of thinking, ooh, what are you going to do now? Get back into the real world? That's a big, busy world, you got to start thinking about things, And I may have mentioned this to you previously. I can tell that maybe for about the past month, maybe a little bit less, my brain has started thinking in the background. I know it is, because every once in a while it kind of pops up into the consciousness, is that starting to think about, oh, let's see, okay, gotta go back and get the ambulance, and gotta put the insurance back on it, gotta do this, gotta think about where I'm going to be on a daily basis, going to the store, getting gas. How do those discount programs work that I was using for gas? Such are the difficulties of life, right? Well, we've reached another milestone. You want to see it? Yeah, of course you do. Welcome to Georgia. I guess you can tell because the stripe stops. But there's no sign saying Georgia, except Walker County. Walker County, Georgia. Gee, how am I going to get my picture of with a sign saying welcome to Georgia? You're not going to believe me. And that's DeKalb County, Alabama. Wait, they got it backwards. DeKalb is Georgia, isn't it? Anyway, it's been overcast this whole time. And you'd almost think it's going to be raining, but check the forecast. No forecasted rain anywhere in the area. In fact, the humidity is going to be going down just a little bit. Still be around 80%, but still far cry from 99. All right, well, guess we're going into Georgia. And just like that, when I entered Georgia, met some nice people. I met a nice guy. So standing there taking a picture of me at the sign. Here, I'll show it to you. Unfortunately, there's no, well, you saw me. There's no Georgia sign, just that county sign. But anyway, I was standing there, and this guy comes walking up the road. "Hey, you okay?" Then he said, I couldn't really tell what was standing there for a minute because I got bad eyesight. I thought you were a bear. Anyway, that's Patrick Johnson. He lives just right over on the Alabama side of the line. And he's walking right over here to his cousin's house on the Georgia side of the line. Born and raised here. He said they got bears up here, so watch out for those. And take a look at this. This corn's ready to go. Getting ready to be harvested. Got all the ears. He thinks it's going to rain. I have my doubts, but I'll check the weather again in another hour or two. It's going to be dark in about an hour. Speaking of which, I gotta start looking for a place to kind of slip into the woods somewhere. Ooh, spooky. It's just a little bit before 7 o'clock. I'm trying to get up and get out of here before the sun comes up. Had to sneak into the woods last night, so I'm trying to sneak out. So today we're going to hold short, a little bit short of Lafayette. They call it Lafayette instead of Lafayette. And then tomorrow I'll pass through town on the way to Dalton. Next day, I think, and we'll go along the outskirts of Dalton. All right, let's get a move on. All right, we did it. With the exception of Utah, and not counting Oklahoma, when we were walking at night, this is the earliest I've gotten out. 6:58. How about that? All right, here's my first question of the day. What kind of nut trees are these? Here's one I found. Is that a chestnut? It's not a walnut. You'd almost think it's kind of like a black walnut, but it's not. Chestnut, hickory, what do you think? If I had a nutcracker, I'd open it up. And I'm going to hold on to this and think about it. It's been nice this morning on this little country road. Not a car around, except can you hear this? Maybe not. Coming up to a highway that I think we're going to have to be walking along for a couple miles. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad after all. These the rumble strips in the road just makes it sound worse than it is. From a distance you can hear the cars when they hit it. So be on this for 1.8 miles and turn off the road again. And what's also, I guess, sort of nice about being on the highway, now I've got cell service. Didn't really have any last night. Well, looking out over Georgia, that's looking southeast. Our line across Georgia is more east-northeasterly, so I'll be going that direction. But looking at the hills, here, let me show you this. It's our elevation profile going across Georgia. You can see you got some downhill, mostly next couple days or so, and flat. And then look at that one blip at the end there. That's, oh, it's about 2,000 foot climb in 6 miles, I think. So that'd be a nice day. And speaking of days, I calculated if I want to get across Georgia, so we're going to Clayton, so just about all the way across Georgia. And if you can hear me in the wind here, I want to go across Georgia in 12 days. I need to do 15 miles a day. If I want to go across Georgia in 13 days, I've got to do 14 miles a day. And if I want to go across Georgia in 14 days, got to do 13 miles a day. And of course, if I want to do it in 10 days, got to do 18 miles a day. That's not going to happen. And if I want to do 9 days, that's going to be 20 miles a day. That's not going to happen. Especially given the fact that, hello there, puppy. Especially given the fact that, you know, the daylight's shorter. We got roughly 10.5 hours between sunrise and sunset. So I guess I'm going to target 12 days. Well, certainly got some red dirt around here, yeah? I thought some of that Alabama dirt was red, but this is really red here. So we're currently in the, what are we in? I forget the name of it already. Crockford Pigeon Mountain Wildlife Management Area. I've got a little map here, I'll show it to you. It's been pretty in here. And then I don't think today, but tomorrow, I think we're going to be in a little corner of the Johns Mountain Wildlife Management Area, and then I think after that we might be in the Cohutta WMA. Oh, and by the way, you probably noticed the dirt road. We're back on the Trans-American Trail. We'll be on that for another few miles, and then it's going to turn north while we continue going east into Lafayette. No, Lafayette, that's how they pronounce it. And then somewhere east of there, we're going to cross it again while it dips south again. And then east of that, we're going to be on it for maybe a mile while it goes north again. And then after that, so somewhere in the middle of Georgia, we're going to be back on it for about a mile, and that'll be it. I can tell you I really do like the dirt. It's a lot easier to walk on. Well, here's a nice camping area here in the wildlife area. Too bad it's too soon to stop. But I did stop here. And thanks again to Sherry and Jim, especially to Jim. Had the leftovers from all the stuff they fed me this past, 4.5 days I was there. So, and the other interesting thing too is they must have really fed me these while I was there, because this was my first break after 6.5 hours. So I was all energized, ready to go. So thank you very much again. So about 4.5 miles to where I have marked off to camp, but I found a shortcut. So if that works, I can shave off 1.25 miles, and then I can just stop early today, or else go another mile or so, which then gives me tomorrow 6.5 miles to get through into town, as opposed to 7.5 miles. And I've got 1 liter of water left, so I think that'll get me through the morning tonight and tomorrow morning, because it's been really, really chilly actually. So, and it might rain tonight. So that means either the tent or the tarp. 24% chance. We'll see. See, when you come to a fork in the road, you take it, right? Let's go to the right. Another camping area over there. It's been a pretty nice little, or I should say, let's see, where do I need to go here? Rocktown Road, 0.2, 1.4. It's been a nice wildlife area, and also, man, it's cold. It's supposedly 62, but it feels a lot colder than that. I'm not used to this, and I might have to get out the jacket. Oh, look at that! What was that just went by? Huh. Well, there's the regular route. Here's the shortcut. Supposedly it's a trail. Doesn't look too overgrown. That wood trail. So I'll try it for a bit here. If it starts getting overgrown, I think we can turn back. Well, so far so good. Guess the shortcut's gonna work. Wait, watch we get a mile in and then It's a nice little trail, but it's a little deceiving at the same time. If you look ahead, you know, it looks like it's just a carpet of leaves, but underneath the leaves are a bunch of loose rocks. So you're kind of having to balance yourself. All right, here's the left turn of the trail on the map. And we're actually going to go straight, and we're going to take a shortcut off of our shortcut. What? You can see it's been used in the past. It shows as it was at one time a little Jeep trail or something, but oh well, we're gonna go ahead and do our thing here. So I'm still on the shortcut to the shortcut. This definitely was some little road at one time. It's getting successively overgrown more and more. But I can tell that somebody was here not too long ago, because I saw broken tree, broken branch. It's probably at least I'd say 3 or 4 months ago, but definitely was broken off. Yes, I'm saving a mile and a quarter, but I don't think I'm saving any time. But I'm having fun, right? It's a fun experience. All right, made it down the shortcut. Didn't save any time whatsoever, but I met Mark here. Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
So surprisingly, he was coming up as I was coming down. So anyway, that was a nice experience. And now I'm not cold anymore. Hey, this turned out pretty good. You know, I ran into Mark there, and he ran me into town. I said, hey, look at this. Is that a place where I can camp tonight? And he said, well, let's go ask the police chief. So the chief came out, Chief Stacy Leaks, and he said, well, technically, no. They've got a pretty fair-sized homeless population here, he said, and people actually call in on them a lot. So he said, not here, but I'll tell you another spot. So he gave me a secret spot. I'm gonna go camping tonight, and that helps out a lot. So thank you very much, guys. And so what I'm gonna do right now is just go over here to the store and get supplies for tomorrow, and tuck myself in for tonight. And I don't know if I should take a chance and not put anything up, or maybe at least put the tarp up tonight. Lafayette, huh? So most people call it Lafayette, but they call it Lafayette here. Okay, another update. Got my resupply, and then talked to the guys over there at the police station, and Chief Leaks, thank you very much once again. And then Ward and Mark just dropped me off here to the secret spot. So I got a nice, looks like another nice cozy spot to camp at again tonight. And I just need to decide if I'm going to put up the put up the tarp or not. The rain is it's only a 40% chance now, and it's only going to start maybe at 6 o'clock. So if I was disciplined enough to get up, I get packed up. I don't know. And then I believe I head out this way in the morning to go up and over the mountain. And I think tomorrow's goal is, I think it's Dalton, Georgia maybe, or just short of it, or I don't know, I have to look at the map and see. But I am here on the Pinhoti Trail, so you can see the trail marker here. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to eat real quick, get laid out, and go to sleep. Good night. Good morning from the confines of coziness. I got set up last night. I didn't put the tarp up initially, and then while I was just kind of sitting here winding down, started getting a little bit of really light drizzle. So I thought, okay, I'll put it up. And then it stopped. Oh well. Now it made things cozy. I don't want to get up. So I'll probably end up getting out of here now about 9:15, 9:30. Got 13 miles up the Pinhoti Trail. The first couple miles is going to be about 600 feet climb. And then the rest of the middle part of the day will just, I think, pretty much contouring. And then down onto the other side. There's a truck stop. I'll go through there. That might be the end of my day, is by the time I'm getting out of here so late. So anyway, that's the plan for today. All right, I'm gonna get it packed up and we're gonna get moving. All right, here we go, Pinhoti Trail. Like I said, it's gonna be 600 feet, something like that, over a couple miles. And the interesting thing too is that I just looked at the weather. Here on this side of the mountain, which is the Lafayette side, it's going to be 72 supposedly today. And over on the other side of the mountain, which if you just look in a straight line, it's probably only about 5 or 6 miles. It's going to be 75. Now, the interesting thing about this Pinhoti Trail is that it will actually connect to the Appalachian Trail, which we're going to be on for a few miles in a few days from now. But by staying exclusively on the Pinhoti Trail, I'll add quite a few miles to the route, so I'll just stick with my original plan. Hiking, once I get down the other side, then hiking back over to a part of the Trans-America Trail. And then there's also some parts of the Georgia Backcountry Discovery Trail, Backcountry Discovery Route. So that's going to be the plan, I suppose, until I change it. By the way, Pinhoti is the Creek Indian word for turkey, and thus the Pinhoti Trail's got, I guess that's turkey foot as its emblem. So we're on the Turkey Trail. Turkey Trail. When I was talking to Mark yesterday, he's been a game warden for 22 years, 6 years over in North Carolina and 16 years in Georgia. But anyway, I think that's what he said. Anyway, he said that he's noticed over the span of his career that there's been a noticeable reduction in the number of people that hunt, and he attributes that to a bunch of different factors. Some of them being kids are just have so many different things pulling at them these days: sports, video games, single parent households where the father is not there on a regular basis, which is a sad thing. And so as such, the kids haven't have slowly but surely not gone out hunting as much with their fathers over the years. And yeah, you can say to a lesser extent with their mothers, for those mothers that hunted. So I guess it's kind of a sad commentary on society, or maybe it's just not so much sad, but it's just an observational commentary on society, how there's just so much stuff coming at us, that I don't know if that's going to maybe get to a point where it overloads us, you know, and we just all fry out because we got so much coming at us, which then means I don't know if that'll come to what, a great awakening amongst all of us, or maybe even a great smackdown where we just say forget it and turn off all electronics, all the stuff that's bombarding us, and just go back to the simple ways of life. I don't know, what do you think? Think there's something to be said about that? You know, the other thing too, I tell people a lot, is having been in real estate, and yeah, I did real estate in the deep in the heart of suburbia, and so I tell people that I would oftentimes see these people that buy these big 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 square foot houses with the 3-car garages, and I would notice how many people would have to park their cars out on the driveway instead of in the garage, because the garages were all full of stuff. I mean, packed to the gills. And you know, they didn't use those things regularly. And then, you know, you look at, maybe it's the same in your area too, you look at how all these self-storage places are all over the place. So people would have their houses full of stuff, their garages full of stuff, and then they'd also have storage units. The simple ways of life. All right, we got up here to the ridge. I guess everybody puts a rock here on the pile. Guess I'll do that too. Anyway, so there, basically it's going to follow the ridge along, up that way, and then back down around and around and around, and then back over, and then back down. So it's 9 miles until it gets to a road where I then turn to go to the truck stop. However, I think I found a shortcut. It's only going to be 3 miles. So there's it's basically a bushwhack down a 1/4 of a mile to a Forest Service road. And the Forest Service road goes like that, comes back like this a little bit, and turns left, and then there's an old marked trail, which would probably be similar to what we found yesterday on the Atwood Trail, that winds through some Forest Service property onto where we would then come out on the road where we were going to come out to. So 6 miles versus 3 miles. No, 9 miles versus 3 miles. I think I'll ponder this for a second. And if worse comes to worse, well, the Forest Service road is there, so if worse comes to worse and half of it's a bushwhack, still save some time. Oh, these shortcuts. Well, let's throw a rock on the rock pile. And I'm going to take the long way. The road's only 400 feet supposedly over there. But it's a pretty steep drop off, and I can't really see anything through the trees. And it's pretty steep, and there's a lot of thickets. So yeah, let's take the safe way. So anyway, one of my maps showed this 400 feet away, and it gave a designation that it was actually a branch off of a Forest Service road, but it also indicated it was crushed gravel. I looked at another map that I have. So that was a Forest Service map. And then the USGS map shows that road on there, but in a little bit different position. And then I looked at another map that doesn't show the branch, but it shows the main road from which a branch is off of. And then I looked at a satellite map, and the satellite map showed, yeah, it could be there, but you know, maybe I was interpreting my own desire into it. So we'll just basically contour this ridgeline, zig and zag. And, you know, maybe even though it was 6 miles theoretically shorter, maybe I would have only saved an hour. But with the extra effort that potentially was there, maybe it would be the same effort as just hiking this relatively easy 9 miles. But boy, 3 miles versus 9 miles was sure tantalizing. Okay, I'm way behind schedule now. I stopped up on the top of the mountain there because I had somebody yesterday who said they were going to call me. They need to talk about some stuff. Well, ended up talking about 3 hours. So hopefully I helped them get it all worked out. You know who you are if you're watching. So prayers to you. So now I probably have 8 miles, maybe 7.5 miles left to get down to the truck stop. I have a feeling I'm going to be running out of light before I run out of trail. So I'll just end up camping here in the woods again tonight. I've got enough water to get me through, and I got enough food if I need it to get me through tonight. You know, I mentioned earlier that I had a dream of dread a few nights ago. I had another dream last night. The dream itself was weird in and of itself, but the message I got out of it, or the feeling, I guess, because you know, dreams, I've been told, it's not so much the facts of the dream that have significance, but it's the leftover feeling from the dream. So the leftover feeling I had after I had to consider it for a while because it really had me perplexed. But the leftover feeling was basically, you know, we're here on this earth to love our fellow man, right? And to take it a step further, if you're deep into that spirituality, is to die to ourselves and just give for the others. So that's the message I got from the dream last night. Is whatever life brings you, don't measure it through the prism of yourself and what you can get out of it, but measure it through the measure of what you can give to others. All right, philosophy class is over. We'll now continue with our hike. Oops, spider web. See, I'm giving them that spider so that they don't get their web destroyed. Well, I rounded the corner and came upon this guy here. I can't tell if he's out here by himself. Well, it looks like he might have a collar. Can I come by you? When I was rounding the corner, it's like a little, in the first glance, almost looked like a bear. But then I saw the dog standing there. But he's just standing there and I'm just standing here. And, oh, you coming to see me? It's not a wolf. Come on over, see me. All right, we're gonna take care of this here. Yeah, he's got a collar. All right, he's not abandoned. All right, I guess he's just out patrolling. I'll see you later. If you want to come back and hike with me, that's fine. Guess not, huh? Well, he's definitely well fed. And he's definitely not lost, otherwise he would have stuck with me. Okay. Oops. See you later. So it's a little bit before 5 o'clock, and there's no way I'm going to make it down to the truck stop by sunset. So I found a nice cushy little spot, really comfy, cozy looking. The ground's nice and soft. So I'm just going to hang out here tonight. Get up early in the morning. Get on down, have a nice wholesome breakfast at the truck stop. And move on from there. Tomorrow, there's one or two places I can go tomorrow. I think they're both about 20 miles from here. So I'll pull up short again, just camp in the woods somewhere, and then pass through whatever those places are and then keep on going. So, good night. Howdy. I'm just lollygagging around this morning. Another cozy spot is real soft and all that. And I could hear, I mean, there's real active train line out that way where we're going today. I mean, it was going all through the night. It's not real close. You just hear it way off the distance. So, and you can also hear Interstate 75, which is out there in distance. It's about, again, those things are all about in a straight line about 3 miles away. But the interesting thing about Interstate 75, if you were with me with the second walk, that's where we entered the swamp towards the end of the second walk. And so anybody that's walking on the Florida Trail, when they're going through Big Cypress Swamp, a lot of people, they'll start down at the south end and work their way northbound on the Florida Trail. So they will hit the I-75 rest area after coming through the swamp. And then those that go southbound, like I did, they'll hit the I-75 rest area before going into the swamp. So I-75, maybe I just ought to follow that down to Florida, huh? But just keep going and going. Forget stopping. This is an easy life. So I'm going to pack up here, which I've been saying most of the morning. I've been watching the ants. I got, oh, you probably can't see it. Every once in a while last night I felt something crawl on me. I knew it was ants. But yeah, they are what they are. So 4.5 miles down to the truck stop. I'm going to stay there for a bit. I need to charge up my batteries. These batteries just aren't lasting. And if I don't do it now, there's a lot of remote stuff between here and Clayton that I might not get a chance to charge up. So I'm going to stay at the truck stop for at least an hour, if not 2 hours. So today will be a short day, and then the next day will be Ellijay. No. The next day will be something. There's a Dollar General there. And then the next day will be, after that will be Ellijay. And then from Ellijay, that's where I have two routes. Two potential routes. One will split. They split. One goes to the north, one goes to the south. And both of those, either way, I'll be on a portion of the Appalachian Trail. And so maybe while I'm charging up my stuff in the truck stop, I'll finalize that route. All right. Oh, and the chance of rain. No chance of rain for the next few days now. There was a chance of rain supposedly today and tomorrow and the next day, and now it's all vanished. I like that. Okay, here we go. You know, today is one of those, or this morning anyway, is one of those really I guess I wouldn't say steamy, but it's so humid that you can't even get dry. Everything's all sticky. And even if you try and, say, dry your hands or something, or even the lens on the camera just has this filmy, steamy, humidity on it. That's good for the skin and the hair, right? Well, you ready for a shock to your senses? Here we are, Interstate 75. Noisy, 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 noisy. Ah. That's looking north. And then that would be going through, I think it goes through Atlanta that way. You're okay. Not too busy in here, huh? Oh, let me turn this. So about yesterday, oh, looks like they make pallets over there. Huh. Anyway, regarding yesterday, menudo for free. I even got, they make pallets and you get free menudo. Anyway, yesterday,